was a mountain. I was not prepared. Walking through the city right now, feeling really good, but this is pretty steep. That's the fun thing that I'm gonna focus on. It gets a lot more crowded. Walking has been around since the beginning of mankind. Limping to the finish.
The day started with some crisp, cool air in the morning, which felt great after the previous days. And let me tell you, start of day 7, I was really feeling all of the emotions.
Good morning. Happy day 7. I am super sluggish this morning. I think the 30-kilometer, 20-mile day yesterday really took it out of me. I'm very sleepy. I slept well. My hostel last night was cool. It was basically like 40 beds in a room, but they were sectioned off by these partitions, and I was in my own 4-bed section. So it kind of felt like having my own room, which was cool. I woke up today a little homesick for the first time, which is an interesting feeling and one I've had before. And I mean, I've been not really alone, but on my own for a good chunk of time. So I'm just gonna embrace it. Today's not a super long day. Hopefully I get most of the miles done before the heat hits. The Camino is definitely more busy today than any other day. A lot of people start from Tui, which is the town that I was in yesterday, because you only have to have the last 100 kilometers in order to get the official certificate, and that's what's recognized as an official Camino. I had read online that from Tui to Santiago gets a lot more crowded. That is definitely the case so far, but it's nice. After a lot of walking alone, having other pilgrims around is kind of refreshing. Some inspiration this morning for a pretty steep climb. This will be our hardest climb for the day, so it's nice just to get it out of the way early. But this is pretty steep. Okay, made it to the top, then got some downhill now.
It's so funny on a hike like this. Normally I'm such a downhill person, but when you're hiking this long and moving this long, high key it hurts on the uphill and the downhill, but the views were pretty.
Steep as this morning has been, it's been very nice to be in the shade, and it's been nice to not be on a road, to be on a trail, but I'm getting so hungry. So hopefully there's a spot somewhere up here soon where I can stop and have breakfast. I'm not really in a hurry today, so whenever I get to my place, that's when I get to it. But obviously, I kind of want to get the bulk of the hard hiking done with before the sun gets too high in the sky. I think we get down this mountain, which this was a mountain. I was not prepared. And then there's another kind of the same height hill, and then it's downhill for the rest of the day. Had a yummy breakfast, feeling good. It's about 10 a.m. and I'm about 4 miles in. It is packed. There are so many hikers and walkers and pilgrims out, so it's a super different vibe than the past couple days. Okay, I'm about halfway there, just chilling, taking a break. Today also marks day 7, which is officially the longest days in a row of hiking I've ever done. The West Highland Way was 6 days. So from every day here on out, I'll be beating what was my record. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and it was about a guy that circumnavigated the globe bikepacking, which insane accomplishment. They were talking about the mental toughness that it takes to do something like that, and his response was really interesting. He said that a lot of people that are super well known in the ultra adventure space just have an incredible mental toughness, and they give themselves tough love and they're hard on themselves, and that pushes them to do great things. And he said that he's not that way. He like doesn't think he's super mentally tough. He responds really well to fun, so he'll try to have a fun thing that he focuses on each day. And that's a conversation that I've heard before, especially when I was on the swim team. Like, how do people like to be motivated? And I learned through swimming, and definitely through now, is that I am not a tough love type of person. I think I'm very disciplined, but that harsh negative self-talk and that incredible discipline, I also don't know if that is me. But I love the idea of having like little treats. So we're about to start a climb. It's 11 a.m., probably like 90 plus degrees. I'm sweating my life away, but I'm gonna focus on something fun to look forward to. To me, that fun thing I'm gonna look forward to is hopefully taking my Kindle somewhere lovely tonight and being able to read it in a beautiful Spanish coastal city. So that's the fun thing that I'm gonna focus on to get me through this next part. Okay, I think I made it to the top. I love a bridge cross. Okay, slowly making our way. I have probably like 3 miles or 5K left today. So I'm listening to a podcast and just trying to, you know, stay positive, not focus on the heat, enjoy the moment. But I will not lie, I am excited to lay down in bed. Today's been an interesting one. Those climbs at the beginning really got me, and I think just general fatigue setting in. There's another blister on my left foot, which is a big bummer. Staying positive, enjoying the podcast. Gonna try to enjoy the last couple of miles for the day.
I kept walking and walking and eventually made it to the outskirts of the city where I was staying tonight. I rested just a little bit and then headed out. I had a delicious veggie burger, saw the finals of the World Triathlon Championship randomly enough, and ended up in a very pretty park at sunset.
Okay, I'm back, coming to you from the evening of day 7. I've done a lot since we've checked in to the hostel. I was limping towards the finish. I was so tired today. I think it's cumulative fatigue probably, which is unfortunate, but kind of what we're working with at this point. But I did take the afternoon to really rest, so hopefully I feel the benefits of that tomorrow. And tomorrow is not a bad day either. I'll get to that in a second. But what did I do? I showered and changed, felt great. I did laundry. I accidentally took a 2-hour nap. I was watching a YouTube video and then just passed out. Got up, went to dinner by myself, was reading my book, and then I'm walking around the city a little bit. The city is beautiful. There's the World Triathlon going on today in the city, in Ponte Vedra. I just stumbled upon it. They were announcing the winners, which is kind of crazy. There's a lot going on. So yeah, I am feeling very tired. Today was not a bad day and I was just dragging, but I really tried to rest. So hopefully tomorrow is a much better day. Tomorrow is not a long day at all. I think it comes out to like 11.9 miles, so about 20 kilometers. I'm gonna try to leave the same time that I've always been leaving, try to sleep well in the hostel tonight, try to relax, all of those good things, try to take in the moment. I did want to show you though, when you do the Camino, you get a Pilgrim's passport, and basically as you go along the Camino, you get stamps from either your lodging or your restaurants that you go to, or churches or historical things or anything like that, and it's really fun, and it's honestly a great souvenir. They really matter for the last 100 kilometers because when you're in Santiago, you can get a certificate as long as you have 2 stamps a day. And if you're like doing the Camino and staying in hostels or albergues and eating at the restaurants and stuff, you'll have no problem getting the 2 stamps, and some of the stamps are really fun. So I wanted to show you my Pilgrim's passport and give you a stamp update. Okay, so this is my Pilgrim's passport so far. Feeling very proud of it. There's a back too. I have 3 days left,
left, so I'm definitely gonna have to flip it over to the back. But look how cool all these are. Some of them have the dates on them. A lot of them are just cool stamps, like that's just a cool stamp. Some of them though remind me of really fun dinners. So like this was such a fun dinner. So was this one. This one too. This was from dinner tonight. And there are so many things like this that I think are just unique to the Camino that are one of the big reasons why I always wanted to do it, because it's just cute and fun. Okay, I am gonna go walk back to my hostel, try to get a good night's sleep. I will see you tomorrow morning for day 8. Bye. Good morning from day 8 of the Camino from the outskirts of Pontevedra. It's about 8 a.m. We have about 12 miles on deck this morning, but I'm feeling so much better than I have in previous days. I think taking the time yesterday to chill was really good for me. Pontevedra is beautiful. The thing that I really wanted to see while I was here was the statue of the parrot. Apparently a long time ago there was a pet parrot for someone important in the city, and he was such a critical part of everything that they eventually made a statue for him, which is so cute. But yeah, walking through the city right now, feeling really good and relaxed and ready to go, and hopefully it's a smooth, chill day and my feet don't hurt too much. I've been really impressed as an aspiring gardener by the beautiful gardens along the route. Finally looked it up. Those are ancient laundry places, so the women of the town used to come together, do laundry there, and it would be a community gathering spot. The morning passed in a blur of hiking with other pilgrims and also noticing the small little details. I'm feeling a lot better today, like mentally, physically. My blisters are healing, all of that stuff, and I think a big part of it was because I rested for a lot of yesterday, and that's good to know if I ever want to do one of these longer through a hike where like I'm camping and stuff like that. I think 6 days is kind of my max before I need a rest day. Yesterday, even though I walked, I kind of like made my own rest day out of the afternoon, and I'm feeling a lot better. So that's just good information to know, but otherwise I'm just chilling. It's a pretty morning. I will stop sometime soon. Hopefully there's a good bench to eat my breakfast, and we have one small climb today, and then it's pretty much chill for the rest of the day. And hopefully I get to, I don't know how to say it, Caldas de Reis at a reasonable hour, which I think I will, as long as things don't epically fall apart. I think biking the Camino would be so fun. There's so many bikers the closer I get to Santiago. They just look like they're having a blast, especially the e-bikers. They look like they're just having a party. And there were some bikers at our hostel last night, and yeah, definitely good vibes from them. This whole trip has made me kind of curious in bike packing, because I think bike packing is a pretty big deal in Europe, or it's easy to do. And I've seen some really cool, just on the Camino, bike packing gear setup. I accidentally plugged this town into my GPS this morning before setting off, and it gave me car directions. 25-minute car ride. What will take me several long hours to walk. I guess my thoughts for the morning while I'm trekking along are that, you know, the car really changed everything. Before the car, it would take so long to get anywhere. There's something kind of nice about the Camino, because obviously it's a super old trek, super old pilgrimage, but
there's something really cool about doing exactly what our ancestors and humanity were doing. Like, walking has been around since the beginning of mankind, and we have planes and trains and cars and buses and boats and all those things now, but walking has always been here, and there's something very nice about that. I think, despite my feet pain, walking is a pretty meditative art, and I like to think, and this is a little whooshy, but I like to think that it's meditative because this is, you know, one of the best ways to connect to our ancestors. Had breakfast. I'm loving those Spanish tortillas. They are like an omelet mixture with cheese and potatoes and sometimes onion in them. I've had them before, but they are just hitting so much on this trip, and they always give you like a little piece of bread with it, and it's so good. But I have about 6 miles left today. It's not even 11 a.m. so hopefully it's nice and chill and just a relaxing walk, hopefully. I passed a very interesting little sculpture garden along the way, which just highlights one of the cool parts of the Camino. You never really know what's around the corner. Okay, about 9 miles in, it is middle of the day. I put on my sun shirt. It is blazing hot. And I am trying to find a good bench to sit down to take my second break of the day. I really struggle in the afternoons. My energy totally leaves me. I think it probably has a lot to do. Probably has a lot to do with the heat. Just gonna keep marching, hope and pray that there's a bench soon, and either way I'm close, definitely less than 3 miles from town. I found a nice rest spot in the shade. Breaks are so good. I feel so recharged after every single break that I have. It's a reminder that I probably need more breaks in my day-to-day life. But it's hot. We have about 2 miles left until we get to the hostel, and these are usually the miles where I struggle. I get very tired around this time of day. I'm gonna try to do my best to keep it positive, keep it light, keep it moving, and then I will be at town in a jiffy. But this day's gone by really fast. I haven't listened to any music, any podcast. It's just been me and my thoughts, but I might listen to something at the very end right now to help me get through the last little bit. Okay, almost at the hostel. Per usual, limping to the finish. Victory! It's pretty nice. I'm gonna try to show you what I do after finishing the trail for the day. So immediately after, I lay, not there, but like at the back of my bed before I've showered, and I drink some water, and I recharge, and then a minute or so I'll go take a shower. But I always have that like 20 or so minutes where I'm just sitting here. Okay, nice and showered. Next up is washing my hiking clothes. I'm gonna not do it with a laundry machine today. I'm just gonna hand wash. I kind of alternate because laundry machines are kind of expensive. Yeah. This is what a typical bathroom looks like in one of the hostels. So this one's actually pretty small. That's one toilet for who knows how many people. But this is what it looks like. Really quite glamorous. I use one of these little shower sheets. They work like a 5 out of 10. Okay, I'm out and about after my nap, and my first stop is the grocery store. This all looks so good. I'm so hungry.